After the 2008 economic collapse, the nature of employment and the economy has become increasingly unstable. One of the central outcomes of this time are cycles of unemployment. Indeed, it has become evident that in this new economy, workers can expect to experience cycles of unemployment with greater frequency. To date, researchers have uncovered many negative impacts of unemployment, such as high stress, lower health and well-being, and strain on family communication. However, one aspect of unemployment that has gone virtually unstudied is barriers to reemployment. This inspired Dr. Debbie S. Doherty and colleagues to better understand unemployment and the social class stigmas that create barriers to reemployment. Their study utilizes aspects of both the interpretive paradigm and the critical paradigm. The researchers used the interpretive paradigm by viewing stigma and social class as being socially constructed, which is defined as the construction of reality through language and interactions. The critical paradigm is represented by the study's understandings of power structures and racial privilege that are at play when it comes to understandings and perceptions of social class. Using semi-structured interviews, Dr. Doherty and colleagues asked 40 participants to write a description of the typical unemployed person, then asked them how their description would change if they were to describe an upper-class unemployed person, middle-class unemployed person, or lower-class unemployed person. All participants were either employed or training for employment at the time of the interviews. Using a three-tier iterative analytical process, the researchers found three main themes for how participants described a typical unemployed person. First, participants thought that if a person is unemployed, then they most likely have a personal deficiency which makes them unemployable, such as a health condition or behavioral problem. Overall, participants viewed unemployment as a choice that lazy and unmotivated people make. In the second theme, participants discussed and contrasted two types of unemployed people, such as overqualified people versus unmotivated people. Finally, there were a few participants that had situational assumptions from personal experience, noting that there is not a typical unemployed person and that unemployment is very personal and can happen to anyone. The study found that when participants were asked about social class, their definition changed dramatically with upper and middle class unemployment. Upper class unemployment was privileged because of personal wealth, and middle class unemployment people were characterized as hard workers who fell under difficult situations. However, when asked about lower class unemployed people, many of the participants' descriptions matched the descriptions given for typical unemployed people, thus discursively relating the problem of unemployment as a lower class problem. The authors offer many implications for their study, suggesting that researchers should continue to explore social class stigmas in other contexts. One practical implication for this study was developing a certificate program for human resource employees and executives in order to train on social class stigmas and unemployment. All in all, unemployment is much more common in the 21st century, and we should be aware that our communication with others is either deflecting hurtful stigmas that are barriers to employment or supporting them. Our communication matters.